Christian workplace groups, which are at the heart of what we do really, where we believe this is the way that Christians must be involved in transforming their workplaces. We need one another. We need to build groups. That's the way we flourish and change our organizations. So we're delighted to say that we're now supporting around 476 groups across the country, and a number of individuals are starting to help us in the process of starting new groups. And we've helped start 24 new CWGs this year, which is wonderful. As many of you know, we have a progression for our groups from the point of establishment, which is what we call level 1, right through to level 6, which is formal, not only formal recognition, but celebration by the organisation. You can see here different levels of development that each of our groups are at, and which is really, really encouraging. A couple of groups have closed during the year, which is inevitable. And we couldn't do what we do without our ambassadors. These are the amazing volunteers who give their time to support CWG leaders and help people start groups in their region. And currently we've got 22 ambassadors, and 4 new ambassadors joined us in this last year. So I think some of you might be on the call: Ridgely, Brad, Bentley, and Moyen. Huge thanks to you for joining the team. And as a way of ensuring that our ambassadors are well supported, we have set up what we call ambassador hubs, so that you've got basically a group of ambassadors meeting together regularly, praying together. That's organised by a kind of ambassador hub leader, or might be rotated, because currently we don't have an overarching ambassador coordinator who's employed part of our team. So we've sort of devolved it to a kind of hub structure, and it's actually working quite well. We very much have a dream. I think it's Ros first heard from the Lord about having 72 ambassadors in altogether. We're only at 22, so it's still a distance to travel on that. But we do believe that with this hub model, that is a sustainable goal, and we're looking to establish 12 hub leaders over the coming year or so. Wonderful news. In March, we appointed Andrea Thomas to be our Scottish ambassador lead. This is a paid role, 2 days a week, and it was funded with a 1-year grant from the Haldane Trust. And big thanks to Mal, our trustee, who wrote the grant application. And Andrea started in March, and her aim is to build a sustainable base for our work in Scotland. And she'll be developing a Scottish network of CWGs, particularly focusing on the university, local authority, and energy sectors. I mean, this is a huge development. We're so grateful for Haldane Trust and this opportunity to fund this post. And we're thrilled the way that Andrea has started and is already making a difference. So thank you, Andrea. We're also delighted to have very close relationships with our Christian professional and sector groups. And these are groups that represent a huge diversity of professions and sectors across the country, including the Christian Medical Fellowship, from whose offices we're working today. We have a room in their building in London, so big thanks to CMF, but all the CPSGs who are kind of allied with us and partner with us. And I want big thanks to Ros, our CEO, sitting next to me, who's played a major role actually in bringing the groups together and providing some cohesion and some coordination, including a training day and a website portal now for the CPSGs to log their own website details and to share information. Ros hosts a weekly call where CPSG leaders get together and pray. And she's also played a big part in helping to form some new CPSGs over this last year, and they're listed here. So we really thank God for this. Is a growing group of influential organisations which we have a privilege to serve and coordinate. And I really think that the work that the CPSGs do alongside the CWGs forms a really important partnership. And we're thrilled and very honoured to be able to bring those two together. Also, shout out for Christian Workplace Ministries and the huge, wonderful work that they do across the nation. And again, we love connecting with them and linking them to our activities and in different parts of the country. Some new ministries we've added to our database listed here. I'd like to just pick out Bismin. Not sure Paul Bulkley, who leads Bismin, is on the call. That's Business for Ministry. They produce an excellent course, which actually I participated in during the year, which is written for entrepreneurs, but we're trying to develop it for Christians like me who are employed, to realize our potential in serving God in our workplaces. So big thanks to Paul for developing that course. Then some other individuals I want to call out and thank who play a major part in what we do are people we call our associates. So these are people who are part of our team and contribute their own area of specialism. You can see our associates listed here on the screen. And we very much encourage CWGs and CPSGs to use these individuals as a resource. We provide contact details. They are passionate people with a lot to offer, and they've really assisted us all in greatly in our journey in developing our activities and just stepping up really to be more effective in what we do. So thanks to all these various individuals. And then our team. So we have a small employed team, which now includes Andrea since March, but Ros has remained in office as a very effective CEO. We thank Ros hugely. Thank you, Ros. Ali works as an administrator, but he does far more than that job title says. I mean, he's basically our communications and marketing and a website driver. He looks after those areas of our work. So if you're in receipt of our regular emails, big thanks to Ali for putting those together. It's lovely to be able to provide those on a regular basis now. Also, big thanks to Rashmi, our finance officer, without whom really we would really struggle, because she's put our finance on a really good footing. We now use some software called Xero, so everything is much easier to log, expenses, claims, filings, working with the bank, our auditor. It's also so much smoother. And I'll be presenting some slides she's created for me about the finances, and you'll see how well those are displayed. So we really thank Rashmi Horo, I'm speaking too quickly, for her contribution. And then some other volunteers who very much are part of our team, unpaid, MMU, and I think I saw Paul on the call with EMS is with us today, but she assisted us hugely a couple of months ago in organising a very successful retreat at Felderbren in Wales. Bornema, who's helped us in earlier part of the year in some strategic and partnership analysis and work, and Rafik, our IT consultee, who helps us out with anything IT related, sorting out emails, things like that, make sure that we're GDPR compliant and all those things. So thank you very much, Rafik. And they're just covering a few other areas. So prayer is vital, absolutely vital, and you'll all agree with that. And just to share some ways in which we're trying to really embed prayer in what we do on a regular basis. So we now have a regular weekly call, Zoom call together. It's open to anybody. If you're interested in coming along, getting the Zoom link, we can share that. But we just pray about the needs of Transform Work for one another once a week on a regular basis. We have a huge privilege of holding our 20th anniversary celebration at the site of Eternal Wall of Answered Prayer, and that's really a signal of ongoing relationship and partnership with Eternal Wall. Amazing project which will see a huge structure completed over the next 2-3 years, recording answered prayers in bricks as it's built. So really encouraging to be involved in that pioneering project, which will give such a visible testimony to answer prayer and to God's power. The Thy Kingdom Come Anglican Church prayer movement, we have now for the last few years, provided content for that, and we continue to provide more content, more engaging content for our initiative. Thanks to Mal for leading on that. And then just to call out thanks to a little team that we've seen forming over the year that have been helping us develop prayer in particular distinct areas. So Dave McFarlane, who gives his apologies today, but he would have been with us. But he's been providing some training to ambassadors on how to hear from God personally for our lives and for our workplaces. Lloyd Van Furen, who is really helping us to develop our corporate prayer. And we've actually been running a prayer academy over the last year. A few of us have been gathering just to get training on how to lead prayer meetings. We've been putting that into practice in our Jesus to be Revealed corporate seasons of prayer as well. So thank you, Lloyd. And Anne DeLaser as well, who has provided so much insight from her own experience in running local houses of prayer, but also in how to see our role as priests, royal priests, bringing decrees and prayers of blessing in our workplaces, something we really want to see become embedded in the way we view ourselves and the blessings we can offer in our workplaces. Faith-friendly workplaces. So big thanks to Dave Law, who has been really pioneering that movement. And you can see here a photograph of a few of us, me in the middle, and Dave, many of us representing Transform Work in this amazing. We had a summit in July at number 10, which was hosted by the Chief Secretaries of the Treasury, inviting leaders from different businesses to talk about how they are promoting faith and allowing faith to flourish in their workplaces. This is one of a number of events that you can read here, that this faith-friendly initiative, which Dave has been pioneering and running, has been gathering pace, getting the interest of parliamentarians, other companies. There was a big conference in March, which Dave helped to organise. This is where Transform Work is playing a big, big part in developing the conversation about faith in the workplace, not just Christianity, but all faiths, to allow people who practice faith to flourish and be themselves at work, and to get the employee recognition, the value that provides. And we're seeing leaps and bounds in that. We really give thanks for it. And they've now developed their own website, Faith at Work UK, which the link for that will be in the annual reports. So thank you, Dave. And I close with just some other highlights. New name. So some people still call us Transform Work UK. We dropped the UK in the beginning of February, reflecting the fact that we really want to go global. And we're seeing that happen as we link and connect with people from other nations. The marketing and rebrand. So there you see our new logo and our new name. And we're using that in all our materials now. We have a new website, a new social media platforms as well. Ros participated in a retreat in Switzerland in July with people from the faith, dear friends from the Faith and Work movement, and a US-based sort of sister organization, but working globally. And we've really identified a number of ways where we found it so profitable to partner with them, particularly around the tech industry here in London. So really big thanks to Roy and friends from the Faith at Work movement. And our annual celebration, there's a photo from there. There's our friend Jonathan speaking at our celebration. And there's Richard Gamble on the right, top right, who is the CEO of Eternal Wall of Answer Prayer. There you see us sitting literally in a field. It's not yet built, but we just felt prophetically it was so powerful to be there and to celebrate our 20th anniversary in that place. And the other highlights are mentioned there. Finally, just these are the officers, the directors of Transform Work who served during the last year. Stephen was appointed in November after the last AGM last year. So he's not been in post, he's only been in post for a short time during this reporting year. Really thanks to my colleagues on the board. And just to confirm, we will all remain in post, and we ask for your prayers for us as we continue to serve as a board, and indeed as we hope to enlarge our board to bring in more diversity of talent as well.